You know, I had a thought just now. When I was taking my pictures of this camper, it occurred to me, singing in the shower is a lot of fun until you get soap in your mouth. And then it's a soap opera. Hi, I'm Josh the RV Nerd, and that's as good as it's gonna get today. Today we've got with us the 23 MK Grey Wolf. It's 5,325 pounds, 29 foot, tip to tail, tongue to bumper, and that is a fantastic size and weight range for a lot of the newer tow package half tons that are out there. Obviously, every vehicle and trailer and hitch combination should be examined individually, but most of today's tow package half tons will yank this around just fine. This model is awesome, whether you're alone, if there's a couple of you, or if you're gonna have some guests, because it has both a sleeper sofa and a really big sleeper dinette with a lot of storage under it. It's got one of those big 12-volt refrigerators. The bathroom in this thing rocks your socks off. It's got serious, it reminds me of like a giant Rockwood signature bathroom. It is wide, it is large, it's got good storage, it has one of those big vent fans. The bedroom up front is nice and private. This camper does all kinds of good things. Now we're looking at it today, obviously in the standard series. We do also feature this RV as often as we can anyway when we're not sold out in Black Label series. I'll leave you a link so that you can compare this versus the Black Label version. Let me know what you think of the two on the one or the other. And as always, any other feedback, I absolutely welcome it. And if you haven't done so, take a second real quick to subscribe to our video and let's get going. Now, as we go through this camper, I'm going to try to point out what I think are both the highs and the lows, and give you as fair of a view of this as I really can. And as we go, I would love some of your feedback. Let me know what your highs and lows on it, like what are the things you like. For instance, I'll go first. If there's one thing I would change on this RV, this is a step-up slide. Grey Wolves have step-up slides, whereas full-blood Cherokees have a floor flush slide. I understand why the floor flush slide still has carpet. I would really like to see the Grey Wolf series that we're looking at here go carpetless in that step-up slide, very similar to what Wildwood did. But at the same time, I like how Cherokee's using a larger, more powerful 15,000 BTU centralized air conditioner standard on this one. And the window coverage here, first of all, starting over here on the door side. Now, it doesn't have like, the biggest windows in the RV certainly are not over here on the door side, but I think there's still good door side window coverage. And those taller toothpick windows on either side of the sofa, have you noticed how those open for airflow? Just nice little touches like that. There's some very good things here. Now, here's an easy solution though, because that's a nice, easy rectangular size. Go get one of those like, I don't know, computer chair floor mat things, measure that out, cut it out, and there you go. Suddenly now it's basically a carpetless slide out. And this is actually one of the few times you're going to hear me say, I think pedestal booth dinette is the correct thing right there, because it's in a step-up slide. You don't want to accidentally knock the, the table out of it and spill your stuff all over the place. Now, even the side stance on either side of the sofa are the same sealed edge pressed membrane stuff. And a neat thing here is that the wall panels actually use this really cool T-molding, same as the ceiling panels, so that you don't have a seam tape that potentially just like gets warm and humid and peels off, because RVs go through all kinds of things in terms of temperature swings. Now, you saw this is a good couples camper, but it has some very good guest capacity. Like, we've got a great couples layout here. We got a sofa straight across from the entertainment center. And I know it looks funny seeing the electric space heat and Tootsie Toaster mounted way up high at like chest level like that. So maybe this is a... I can think of some... all I'm thinking of is inappropriate stuff that's going to get me fired one day if I keep it up. I already ride that line pretty hard. We're just going to stick with Tootsie Toaster. Maybe once you've kicked your feet up. Now down here, the entertainment unit just below the fireplace, and you see just some open pockets of space here. The bottom space there, I think, is a neat little shoe garage, and it is kind of partially somewhat blocked off right there due to the fact that this has a little more shallow slide, about a 2-foot Schwintek slide, and that is about a 44-inch deep dinette, so it does jut into the room a little bit. But one of the things that it's hiding here, starting right here, are these big like 40-inch plywood dinette drawers. One of the other neat things on a Grey Wolf versus, I guess you'd call it Big Brother Cherokee, though, is the fact that they do have no heater vents in the floor of a Grey Wolf like this. It's all cabinet ducted heated. Now, you know, if you watch enough of my videos, you would know. The next thing I would say is that does mean that you have maybe incurred a little bit loss of storage space, and the answer is yes. But you've also gained the benefit of having carpetless, ventless, easy clean flooring. Now, you might notice Cherokee's gone, like a lot of other people have gone farmhouse, and Cherokee went, no, we're going walnut, baby. We're going dark, deep, and rich. We're deep state in this sucker. I like the little accent of the gold handles right there, though. Just some nice touches. And I tell you what, look at that kitchen. Look at all the lighting in the kitchen. When you're doing some prep work, you're going to be able to see what you're doing. And once again, you're going to be able to see what's going on outside of your campsite over here very nicely. That is shade ready, by the way. I won't go on my usual rant of how I think that should have a... I just did it. It should have a shade in the door. Never mind. I just failed. Anyway, wax on, wax off, Danielson. This thing is motion activated. Cherokee total control. One, it's nice you just... By the way, this is something they didn't always have. All the living room lights are just on one switch. Our awning lights, water heater, water pump, slides, awning. All that stuff can be controlled right here. You can get the free app, sync right to this thing, and do all kinds of cool stuff with it. And the same thing, I believe, is actually going to sync up to the LCI Insight Bluetooth camera that's on the back of this thing standard. Now, a couple other extra little details here, like you saw that nice stainless farm sink. You got the little Starbucks double shot espresso flavor dispenser over here. I guess it's good for hand sanitizer. Oh, whatever. Anyway, and you got the magnet backsplash here, which I like to use as a side splash for cooking. I wish the magnets were on the side of that refrigerator. But folks, I gotta go on a bit of a rant here. I've talked about it before, but this says, please raise glass before cooking on burners. Guys, gals, hot pockets, however you identify. The fact that they had to put the sticker on it tells me that people have tried turning the flames on under the glass and cooking off of that more than just once, to the fact that it's happened enough times that a legal eagle under Forest River's employ said, you know, we should probably put a warning sticker on there. And this is the same reason why there's a 1-800 number on the Cool Whip container that says, if you're having problems, call us here at Cool Whip. We'll help you open your container. This is why we can't have nice things, guys. Come on. Now, in case you're curious, this floor plan is very similar to the 24RL XL Wildwood X-Lite that we carry here at Haylett RV. If I remember, I'll leave a link for that in the video description. If I fail to do that, leave me a little note and I'll get it updated. There's a couple of areas they each do it well. They do the bathroom differently for sure. Like this one has the bigger XL vent fan right there. And I think they use the space on this wall in the Cherokee maybe a little bit better. The Wildwood has kind of just a blank chunk of wall space right there, which, well, it could be very handy for a like a towel rod or something like that. I don't know. It's like there's still room over here if you wanted to do that in this Cherokee, but everything this bathroom, it just feels a little bit more intentional. That being said, the Wildwood has plenty of its own good qualities. I'm not bashing one in favor of the other. We carry them both here. It's just a matter of which one fits you a little bit better. That storage right there is sweet, though. And that's kind of another difference between this and the Wildwood. The Cherokee puts the extra storage here in the bathroom. Wildwood does a little bit of it and then a big chunk of it off into the bedroom area. Cherokee has a radius shower, whereas Wildwood has a 36 by 30 rectangular shower. Which one's better for you? I don't know. You let me know. Pardon my little ugly footprints in there. When I was standing in the shower to make sure you could see that, you know, at 6'2", 6'3", you can do that if your head's in the skylight. I had to step in there. Ooh, you know what? That might make a good snack cabinet. With it making that loud squeaking sound, which is a technical term, by the way, squeaking, you're going to know if someone's getting in the snack cabinet. But what I want to get those out of the way and make the Halloween spooky noise door opening sound to show you just a simple light switch on the wall. I know that sounds like a really stupid feature to get excited about, but that's not something that they had in here before. They've had motion sensors and every other thing, but never just a light switch. And I realize I haven't done my usual hashtag toilet selfie activity here so you can see the room around this seriously fluffy, friendly bathroom. And it appears you can bash your partner in the shins if they ate the last of the Pringles when you told them not to. Not that I'm still bitter or anything, but never mind. Household and USB outlets on both sides of the bed, so we can all have our own little chargers. Full cabinet overhead. Those are full-length hanging closets, so there's not a sharp corner to jab you or anything like that. And in case you're curious, sometimes people go, wait a minute, I see the household plugs. That's not USB. What is that? There are a pair of USB plugs on that. It's a mount for a specific Bluetooth speaker. But folks, everybody's going to use it as just USB charging hub, by the way. Now, one other thing I want to mention. This is a Camp Queen mattress. There is room for a True Queen in here. I've seen people do it on a couple trade-ins every now and then. It gets very tight and very bossy in here. Camp Queens are just something that Cherokee does. I know some people like them. I know some people don't. I point them out and I let you decide. And if for some reason you were to crawl in bed with me, this could be your view over here, and if you looked over beside you, you'd see something that resembles a nightmare, like my face. And I just figured I'd show you the other side of the bedroom real quick, but also take a look at it in road mode with the slide out closed. Because one of the things about this floor plan is you can totally walk through it from front to back with the slide closed. Now, it definitely gets a little skinny right there, but you can get in, you can get to the fridge, the bathroom, the bedroom. You can get up here and you can get to anything you want. And you know what else? I realized I haven't really displayed. Maybe I've talked about it. I can't remember. I do a lot of videos. But this has those hypno blinds, hypnotic zebra shades right here. And I have learned you either really like these or you really hate them. There seems to be no in between. So, what camp are you? Love them or leave them? I like the way they do their exteriors on these too. It's mostly, they're letting the painted aluminum bands do the work. There's not a lot of graphics here, which means there's not a lot to worry about getting peeled and flaky or anything like that. Speaking of flaky, you should have seen me in high school. Down below here, we've got our large front storage compartment. It does kind of dogleg left around the bed a little bit. You can lift up the bed to get to that, by the way. You notice, though, the water heater is directly across. It's not a full pass-through. It's just a standardization thing Cherokee does in here, so that they never have to try to deal with, like, putting the water heater somewhere else. They standardize it so that they can engineer other things on their floor plans, basically. You saw the little charge controller next to that light up front. This does have one of the Cherokee juice pack setups on it, which is a handy little battery tender. It's going to give you a little extension of your dry camp time. It's not going to give you, I'm going to sit in the desert and run my air conditioner solar. And I maybe some people roll their eyes that I say that, but I'm doing it because we've had some people who have come in, like looking at a little wolf pup, thinking that that's what they're going to do. They're going to live in the woods on a 50-watt solar panel, and that's not going to happen. I don't want you to have messed up expectations like that. We've got TV hookups out here where you can watch Great Expectations, which is what I hope you get from this video. You know, I never got into that. I never got into that book. It just, whatever. Propane cooker hooker right down here. Notice too, these run on like a little adjustable suspension thing. You could drop it down a little bit if you want to. I don't know why anyone would want to do that myself, but hey, I'm not the one buying this. To each their own. Maybe you have a low clearance. Yeah, there you go. That would make sense. Maybe you've got a barn door that only, goes so high. Well, you could drop the whole RV down at least an inch or so there and get you a little extra clearance. I love the little drink station out here. The way that drawbridge is down, it creates a little drink platform. I'd have myself, you know what I'd do? Hold up. I want to show you what I'd do, because I've never demonstrated this before. Ha-ha! How about that? Not only is that good for adjusting my attitude according to my wife, it is also good for fending off intruders and cutting limes to put in the drink of your choice. And that ice maker, that is no joke. By the way, it's hard to see from here, but that is hot and cold water. So if you do need to do a little campsite cleaning up, that thing is primarily there to keep the ice maker fed and working. And man, that thing, as long as you got electricity, you got 110 shore power or a generator, you got water, you got ice. That thing works. That thing works well. On the back here, you see the cargo rack. It's 200-pound rated, but that is before the optional spare tire that you're looking at here is added, so keep that in mind. It does drop a little bit naturally. Up top between those clearance lights, you see the LCI Insight Bluetooth backup camera. I have been advised from owners, it is not like necessarily a full-on in-motion observation camera. The refresh rate's a little lower. It really is more of a backup camera. The difference there being that when you're going at lower speeds, it's going to work just fine. And again, tip to tail, 29 feet. Not too bad. Pretty easy handling. Above the sewer station here, we have another full outside utility shower next to the black tank flush. And that little courtesy dump light right there above your sewer station, that is on its own separate switch basically, so that you're not accidentally blinding the neighbors with the light like Manfred Mann in the middle of the evening hours. Powered tongue jack doing the heavy lifting for us. This thing's got a nice thick skin on the front of this thing. Kind of like my family members, you got to have a nice thick skin to spend a lot of time around me. Unfortunately, I just have I've got a acquired taste sense of humor. So thank you very much for joining us today, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate any input you can offer. Even if it's things that we're doing here in this video, my presentation, a way that I could improve for you, or something that we're doing right, let me know that so I can keep doing that too. Now, if you have any other questions, you can let our team know. We do financing, we do hitching, we do trades. We do just about everything. Well, no, we don't do hidden dealer fees. Sorry for the convenience, we don't do those. Everything else we do at Haylett RV. So when you're ready, we're ready. Whether it's this one, something else. I'll also leave you a link to that Wildwood I mentioned. You can compare there and the black label. And when you're ready, give us a call. Till then, take care, stay safe, have fun, and I am loving that breeze, everyone. It gets hot in these things with no air.